I haven't listened to the record all the way through. I got the records through the post from my label like a month after it came out, and I was like, finally they're here, and just put them on my bed. So shit. I hope that the people who are receiving them after buying them haven't done the same thing.
Welcome to The Details. This is a show where an artist discusses 5 special details from a recent release. With me, Molly Mary O'Brien. Here's Fenne Lily talking about her album, Breach.
Recording wise, we tracked it all live, which to me is impressive because I didn't think I would be able to do that. We didn't play anything to a click track or anything. It was just me, my bassist and guitarist, and a drummer. And he lived in Chicago where we were recording. I said that like I'd never said the word before. Chicago. Yeah, and we had the drummer for a few days and we just like tracked all of the songs. And then it came to adding my vocals, and a couple of the songs I realized we'd done way too fast because I was just really excited to be playing in a band. But I really wanted to make a record that felt like it could be just being played in a living room. I like that kind of feeling, human feeling, rather than samples and synths and stuff. My first record, all of the instruments pretty much of my voice was just because we didn't have a studio. I was just making it in a bedroom.
Wow.
So this time we had like actual people and like a budget and like a label and stuff. So yeah, I got a bit carried away with the tempos, but apart from that, it was all good.
When you get access to like a wider, option of things, like in your mind, what do you want first? Like what is your first like upgrade?
I wanted strings. I wanted live strings.
Telling me she's in your bed like it was nothing.
And I also wanted to line up a bunch of different vocal mics and choose the one that worked best for me. And that happened, which was fun. It was like auditioning equipment.
That's so cool.
Which one of you gets to make it onto my album? I also wanted to be able to make it where I wanted to make it. And I didn't want to make it where I wrote it. I think that there's something extra that comes with moving something you've created into a different space to re-channel it or whatever. We chose Chicago because it's really cold and I like the parks. And also the opportunity to just spend time with it. Like we did 3 tours around the time that we were recording, so we could get feedback from strangers almost about which songs worked best. There are a few songs that we played on the tour that didn't make it onto the album because they never felt completely natural to perform. So we didn't think that it was worth trying to force it right now. In terms of lyrics, I think people have been picking up on the kind of like the funnier parts of some of the songs. There's definitely some effort. There was some effort made to make it maybe less intense in a way. I was listening to a lot of Damien Gerardo while I was writing, and he writes in a really diaristic way, but it's full of just regular speech, which I appreciate and makes me feel more deeply than just a load of metaphor. And I was reading a lot of Richard Brautigan. My favourite song lyrically is Someone Else's Trees, and it's a collection of 3 half songs that I hadn't finished, and I couldn't bring myself to finish for whatever reason, and I just stuck them all together. It's kind of like the transformer of the song world in my mind. It's kind of like a Kinder Egg toy or something. It's just like boop, boop, boop. And that, I mean, in the main part of the song, I say I'm not afraid to die, more so to be alive.
Not afraid to die, more so to be alive.
And then it came out in a pandemic, and all of these things that I wrote solely about myself suddenly felt like they became more of a universal kind of feeling, which is almost annoying. It's like sharing your birthday with someone and being like, it's not my birthday anymore, it's your birthday too. But I guess it's relatable.
And I Used to Hate My Body. How did you know that you needed the key change?
I wrote that song as a joke. I referred to it while I was touring as my country song. So it kind of gave me permission to be acting while I was singing it and while I was recording it. I was like, this is so not me. Obviously the lyrics are and everything in it happened to me, but it felt like it gave me some freedom to call it a country song because it allowed me to just be cheesy if I wanted to be cheesy. So when it came to recording it, I didn't know what key I wanted to record it in. And we started in a lower key, and then we did another version in a higher key, but I was like, I can't decide which one I like more. And the producer was like, why don't we just do both? I was like, 2 versions on the same album? That makes no sense. He was like, no, together in the same version. It came out of indecision, and also it felt from the start like a song that made me want to like put my fist in the air. It's not like upbeat or particularly powerful sonically, but it made me feel like so truly satisfied, which is not something I get a lot from what I write. I'm normally like, ooh, ooh. But yeah, I was like, why don't we just take this all the way and do a key change? 2 songs I recorded alongside the record and then decided to release them before: Hypochondriac and To Be a Woman Part 2.
I was going to ask about that because I saw part 1 and there was no part 2.
The reason I didn't put it on the record is because it's about somebody who is unhealthy, and I didn't want that feeling to kind of become the feeling of the album, because essentially the album is about being okay not with people like that. So yeah, it came out before. And actually part 1, I haven't mentioned this before, which is exciting because now I get to say it. It is just the demo, and it didn't get re-recorded.
Oh,
like
wow.
all of the other songs started as GarageBand demos, and then we realized that they obviously needed to be re-recorded. But To Be a Woman Part 1 was the only one that we were like, it's just kind of good as it is. So I self-recorded and produced something that now people have listened to.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Made me feel so satisfied. I was like, does this mean I'm a producer?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does.